Brittany Renner talked about how she had 3 men down in 1 week and she had a nasty yeast infection.
Okay,
no,
that's not,
you had
nice.
chlamydia and you had gonorrhea. Like, there's nothing nice about you taking 3 dicks down in your throat.
And they appropriate.
Come to me and talk to me about it, and just like Brittany Renner, she's a 6. Why is Brittany Renner not wifed up?
She's a side chick.
That's why we don't want her. She tried to get with us after the podcast, and we were just like,
oh shit, shots fired.
A cartel boss, he makes billions of dollars.
Do you respect the scammer?
But like just because they make a lot of money, does money equal respect?
I was just intrigued.
No, absolutely not. Money, the love of money is the root of all evil. And so a lot of women are selling their bodies and their souls. You have to go to sleep at night. And I'm sorry, you're busting it open. And at some point, like, if money equaled self-respect and respect, there's people who are billionaires that delete themselves. Like, these women have to go to sleep at night. How many women have we seen, Instagram models right now? I want any woman to think, who are the Instagram models busting it open that are getting married, that are men respecting and wifing up? No, they're getting flown to Dubai to get busted down for a camel and to get defecated in the mouth.
For the modern woman today, how much is your self-respect worth? If you're allowing a man to defecate in your mouth for a Dior bag, for a Chanel purse, for some red bottoms, then you have some fucking mental health issues that need to be addressed ASAP. It's crazy. There should be no amount of money that you're willing to accept to become a human porta potty, a human toilet. It's disgusting. And no man wants that.
Wow.
Okay. So let's just no. I mean, we're speaking scientific language here. Okay. So this is scientific. It's fact. There's documentaries. These women are doing this, and like, I don't care how much. I would rather be homeless and destitute than not to be able to sleep at night, knowing the things that I've had to do. Now, there's one thing: if you've been violating, it's against your will. Okay, that's one thing. And there's a lot of women whose mind's been warped because things have been done against them, against their will. But that's not the majority. A lot of these women have a love of money and they don't give a damn what it means to anybody, because money is the only thing. They want to buy bags. Are they getting this money because they want to build wells in Africa?
Have
schools,
you seen the lady?
And then they want to, no, they're whores. And the point is, there is no respect, because you know what you're doing. My daughters see this, that you are against wives. You're against the women who have put in the work to earn a family. You have to earn a family. And so if you are a whore in the street and you're busting it down open on OnlyFans, you are the enemy of women who are traditional. And I'm sorry, there is no love in just like you have no love for me because you're going to bust it open for my man. And if $1 is going to pull you in, that's all you're worth is money. You have no intrinsic value. You have no morality. You don't believe in anything but what you can buy Gucci and whatever. Like, I'm sorry, there is no respect for that. And I don't mean it in a way to understand women make decisions where they are, but at the same time, somebody has to stand up for Savannah James, LeBron James' wife. When she was on that run on the Oscars, she had 2 children out of wedlock with LeBron James as a teenager, her sons, but she made a different decision not to go. She stuck with the man, and she made a different decision. Like, there are, like, who stands up for women who are trying to do it right? And right now, I feel like the dominant voice in culture right now is women who are whores. Don't judge me. Yes, ho, I'm judging you.
Modern women today are definitely fed a lie about, city girl this, city girl that, living your truth, go be a hoe. There's nothing, there's no ramification to these actions. But that's the furthest thing from the truth.
Can all my dancers and ex-dancers tap in real quick? Can y'all tell these folks about the trauma that you've experienced as a dancer? Can we talk about the shootouts we've experienced? Can we talk about the stabbings we've experienced? Can we talk about the many nights where money has gotten stolen, where people have ran off with your bag, where people have given you fake money, seeing some of the prettiest and coolest girls that get strung out on drugs or get pimped out? Let's talk about the nights that you done paid tip out and you didn't even make your tip out back. The stories where some dancers then got a little too in over their head and went home with a random customer, and then the next couple of days can't nobody find her. Next thing you know, they find her body goddamn thrown on the side of a highway. Like, can we talk about the shit that we've seen? The nights of getting robbed at gunpoint. Like, yes, dancing cool, but this shit is dangerous.
So, and I don't care. Like, if you're opening your box for the street, like, take everything that comes with it. Don't demand respect when you don't respect women. You will entice that woman's husband, and you don't give a good goddamn what happens to that family and what happens to them. But then you demand women to say respect all this and other. Do you respect the wives that have to deal with the BS that you're doing? And then like, just accept being bottom of the barrel.
Not only do they not respect the wives, but then they call the wives pick me.
Right, exactly. They don't respect the wives, but they want all this respect. But a woman who wants to be a wife, a housewife, that wants to be submissive, they want to holler. They talk about Kevin Samuels.
They shame those women.
They're excited Kevin Samuels when he dies. Now they're excited because they discovered the stuff he talked about with men and how he tried to get men together. And I spoke about it because he was a personal friend of mine. But you don't respect us, but then you want all this respect, but your pussy is open for consumption. Like, no, you don't respect a wife. You be ready to be a side chick. You will take that man's money. You will steal him from his wife. You will do whatever it takes to get $1. And because your mind is degraded and your mind is gone and your mind has been snatched into hell, you're Middle Earth.
And what's so crazy is that we have a culture today that supports that. Like, I was just down in Atlanta not too long ago, and there's a restaurant down there. I'm not going to name it because they don't sponsor me. But they got this new sandwich called the Side Chick.
Oh, no.
And they got Brittany Renner.
That
will come in. She'll come through, and she advertises because she's a side.
This is another example of how the modern woman is tricked into engaging in this behavior. Companies are paying you to do it. Social media is incentivizing it by the likes, the comments, the shares, the visibility that you get on your photos, on your videos, if you act this way. And all it is enabling negative behavior.
The football players and people that know her, and they will say it
and
is
they don't
all
care.
catfish.
Hey,
like,
listen, and they appropriate.
Come to me and talk to me about it. And just like Brittany Renner, she's a 6. That's why we don't want her. She tried to get with us after the podcast, and we were just like,
oh shit, shots fired.
Yes, you know who I'm talking about too. You know, if I mention it, I will never. But you know who I'm talking about. And all these women,
I do actually.
They would go ham if they knew who it was, and he was like, "Nah, you a 6 chick. I'm like, you got a mouth, and you for the streets. I'm done."
Listen, but the culture supports it, right? So like mainstream media is giving her money to promote her being a side chick.
Crystals
like,
in the U.S.
No, we don't talk about them.
Fast food restaurant.
No advertisements.
It's crazy though. If a girl gets married at 19, they'll say she's making a terrible decision and she's too young.
But she's a whore at 45, like Bernice Burgos is a grandmother and still out there like, look at my booty. Oh, I'm that like, bitch, if you that fine, why don't you have a husband yet? Like, why are you this fine? You're so special. You're so special. But look at these old hoes. They're sitting up and they're still trying to get money. Like, they are grandmothers now, busting it open for a check. You have to understand, men, it's not that you are less valuable as a human being. But if you are putting yourself in a position, men do not respect you as a wife. No man of value wants to bring a known hoe and this is my wife. And you're around his boys and he's proud of you and presenting you. No, you in the back room. He'll date you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a known hoe and it's like, okay, we all skeeted and skirted in this. So it's my turn. So she was never yours. It was just your turn. And so a lot of women, I say this not to degrade a woman, but to understand, women do not understand how men think. They do not respect you, and you are doing this, and you think you're earning something, and you're a bad bee because you make all this money. You're going to die on that hill with all your money by yourself. Look at what Cher got to do right now, and I'm not putting Cher down because she, saying she did her thing, but she stole. It's actually more Cher's value. She stole Amber Rose's man. She is in her 70s and she stole a woman in her 30s, man. And do you know the and she got a forehead tattoo for that man, and Cher, a woman 40 something years older than her, snatched her man.
Go Cher.
Girl, bye. Like if it's that much, why is Brittany Renner not wifed up? Why is Amber Rose not wifed up? Look at the old Hollywood stars who are not wifed up. They're beautiful women.
Working and intelligence and things like that, but also still want to.
But you're
maintain
housewives for the CEO of your
so.
corporation and the company. A lot of women say, I don't want to be a domestic slave. I want to have my own money. That CEO, that's your daddy. That's your sugar daddy. That's who you shaking it for. Yes, sir.
He's paying
yes,
your
ma'am.
wage.
He's paying everything for you, and you think that's freedom. When this man don't like if they have to make cuts in the company, you're out. They don't care about you. There's nothing about you. You're not valuable, and you have to compete, and it is tiresome, and you're exhausted. Your kids suffer.
Facts. These companies, for the most part, they don't really give a fuck about you. If they gotta cut costs, then you just a number in a system. And if you gotta go, you gotta go. It does not matter. So you pick which one is more important, your career or your family.
Your kids are buck wild. Like I don't think people see the consequences. But I don't blame young women. I think it's a failure of older women who we have indoctrinated our younger women. You know, Maggie and I, like I'm 41 and Maggie's an older woman. And
really? I do. I blame us.
I blame older women too, though. We're the one who we didn't set I personally did. My mother did, and the women in my family have. But I know in large, we have failed these younger women, and we've let them just run the streets, and we have not checked our daughters.
The real problem is that these hoes get to get on these podcasts, these interviews, these different social media platforms, and spew all this toxic, negative bullshit behavior.
Because you had sent me some videos, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to get even into detail. We might, because I ain't gonna lie. It was one of them. It was one of them that really fucked me up.
Oh, the ass eating.
The ass eating. You was eating it like a fancy sandwich.
Yep.
Do you think that you just gonna keep getting away with this shit?
Away with what?
Being nasty, eating ass.
On my birthday, I seen them all at Dre's, like this one team. And I don't know, I was getting fucked in a hotel room. They all pulled up, and I sucked their dick.
Put the mic down.
The whole team.
7.
7 basketball players in a row?
Mm-hmm.
Nasty bitch.
If I told you right now, take a picture of your house, every room in your house, I want to see how it's organized, decorated, and I want to see it. Is it a hot ass mess?
I'm renovating.
Is it does it look like a trap house? Is it like a crash site? Is your mattress on the floor? You're worried about a bag, but your home, where you dwell, you're in the street. If you live in the streets, if you're about that life, you're not taking care of a home. You don't really care what's going on in there. We've seen these videos on YouTube, and you have to say to yourself, like, I'm not making a home. Like, what man wants to come home? And my home smells ratchet.
You dirty bitch!
Right now, it's about being sexual, but not how to be an actual woman and have your womb clean. Your womb has been ran through. It's Plan B. It's Planned Parenthood. It's been ran through so many sticks inside those walls. And I want to say this in a way not to criticize you, but to understand you have been degraded by the street. The street has wants your mind gone. They want you ran through with vaginosis. They want you going to the clinic. They want you taking the medication. They want you on Plan B. Why? Because your mothers have failed you. Your fathers have failed you. The society has failed you. Because Brittany Renner talked about how she had 3 men down in 1 week and she had a nasty yeast infection.
Okay,
You had chlamydia and you had gonorrhea.
No, that's
Let's not call it. No, it's not nice. I don't care what's nice. We're talking about facts.
I'm not saying it's not nice.
If you busting it open and you taking 3 dicks down, like, let's be adults. Like, there's nothing nice about you taking 3 dicks down in your throat. And I don't say it to put you down, but understand you have been failed as a woman, as a young woman. Your mother has failed you. You are ran through. Your walls are ran through and bust through, and you are dealing with diseases and everything else, and you're dealing with infections. And when I go to the bathroom after a young woman, and your ass stink,
Yeah,
like, I'm sorry. Like I should never go to the toilet. I go to any restaurant right now. I go to the mall, restaurant, and your butt stink. Ma'am, you have been failed. You have been failed. That is up to judgment.
Ladies, if you're living like a bum, if you have roaches wherever you stay, all in the name of this modern sexual liberation, you need to reevaluate your life. I want to know what y'all think in the comments below. Was this lady too harsh in her criticism of the modern woman? Are modern women delusional? Are they misguided? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.